Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Always a pleasure to be along the coast of Maine, Lighthouse Point to be exact. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, this is sure to be another exciting day of golf out there. What are the challenges facing our players today?
The length of the golf course for a start, Rich. This golf course just under 7,700 yards. It's one of the longest ones you'll play. And of course the cliffs, that's why it's called this, they certainly are in play. There is one double green out there, that's the 10th and the 13th hole, they share the same green. Lots of great design features, and you've got it on a prime day in great condition. So enjoy the round and make sure you feast on the vistas as well.
Frank, what a way to start. This is all you want, a par 4 of nearly 500 yards.
And a 90-degree dogleg. There's a bunker in the distance, Rich. That's almost your run-out area.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, you just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot.
Well, when you can't reach the green out of a fairway bunker, do the next best thing. That's put the ball in play. That's exactly what we just saw.
Smart shot. So, third shot now for Rory McIlroy. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Beautiful approach shot there and a good chance to take advantage. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Now on the tee at the par 3 second, it's a long one. This will require a pure strike.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Pretty good shot right there. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Even par early on. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo back with you at the third hole here at the Cliffs. And this is a hole that offers up a chance to put a red number on the board, Frank.
It certainly does. A good drive finding this very narrow fairway will certainly give you the opportunity to reach the green in two. Stray a little left, either with the drive or the second, and all of a sudden you might realize this par 5 has teeth.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Safely aboard. Settles in over the putt. So into red figures at 1 under. Frank, as we stand here at the 4th and look out, no mistaking where we're at. I know I'm having some lobster for dinner tonight.
Oh, some clam chowder. The best comes from this area. Well, actually, for the ocean, though, anything that strays a little left off this tee will find that ocean. And believe me, there's been more than one ball hit down there. Generous fairway, that's really the goal, and the tiniest of green. If you find the green, you can have a birdie putt. A very short one indeed.
So in the first cut here, it could be worse. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Now at the 5th hole, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
Well, it's very easy to get lulled into a false sense of security here, Rich. No fairway bunkers. You sort of think you would blaze away. But really, you've got to find the fairway here. Very small green and well protected by that bunker short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly.
That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
Safely on deck.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just a couple of feet. Has to like that one. Another birdie to get to 2 under par. Par 3 6th is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Par 4 7th, only 370 yards. Frank, decision to be made off that tee.
It is. I walked this hole, Rich, to the narrowest point of the fairway. It's 278 yards, and if you want to carry that left side, you're going to have to be strong 300 yards. So really, I don't know if drivers to play, maybe even 3-woods too much. You might have to throttle back even further. So the hole might be short. This might get a little bit of a longer second shot than what the scorecard would normally allow you.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. These putts keep the round together.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Getting set at the 8th hole. It's a par 3 of 165 yards. Break it down for us, partner.
This gets really narrow in the middle of this green, Rich. That's sort of the biggest problem. Matter of fact, only had 12 yards from that left side to the right in the middle. And the green itself actually is 3 times that in length, 36 yards. So straightness is the key here.
Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Good par. Now to the par 5 ninth. Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer hitters, it's actually a chance to reach a par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend more to the left. So if you do the math, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle sort of front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee and you might find out this is a more difficult 3-shotter than what you were anticipating.
Excellent, perfect position.
Ball's just sitting up too. You could hit anything from there.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. We're also seeing more long putters in the game.
Yeah, there's a choice. If you don't feel comfortable with a normal grip and you've got a few nerve issues, then you can, well, use a longer version, jam it in your chest, have a different fulcrum point.
That one was running so hot. Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. So 9 holes down here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Checking out this 10th hole, Frank. Is this a typo? 592 yards, but it's a par 4, not a par 5. What gives?
The reason why that tee shot's severe elevation, so we can at least sort of chew 30 or 40 yards off that number. But I'm not saying this hole's short, that's for sure. So that bunker just at the start of the fairway on the left certainly comes into play. The other feature, or interesting feature here at 10, is the shared green. This green shares that little piece of property with 13, just divided by that little pot bunker in the middle.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, just a surgical touch out there.
And the scorecard reflects yet another birdie.
Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it. Second shot.
crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage. That hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
So third shot now for Rory McIlroy. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. On to the 13th, and Frank, I love golf courses where you run into something you've never seen before. I have never played a par 5 of 700 or more yards. Here it is. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. How the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Now to 7 under par. Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water. Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here at this beefy par 3, 240 yards. You can see Lake Zimmer protects the front of this green and to the right. That's obviously where they get all their irrigation water from. But it's enough green left of the flag here. That's really what you've got to be looking at, that front left section. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
good shot right there.
That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. Rich Lerner back at Lighthouse Point with Frank Nobilo. We're at the 15th hole. Frank, a relatively short par 4, 387 yards.
Yeah, finally we get one under 400 yards. A little bit of trouble off the tee to be avoided. Bunker left and that little pot bunker on the right. But missed those. And really, this is a very much a scoring opportunity. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Good-looking shot right here. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. 8 under par for the round. Time to make a move, the closing stretch here at number 16, par 3, 241 yards. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. It just, you feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Just a couple of feet. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. th hole is another par 5, 613 yards. Frank, how do you play it?
Only the longest hitters can get here in 2. It's 2 big hits, that's for sure. S-shaped fairway, so if you can't reach the par 5 and 2, you can still plot your way down there for a nice little pitch, and really great opportunity to get one back off the scorecard.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. See a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
He'll need to be strong with this. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. Nothing lucky about this. Just good play. 7 birdies on the round. Frank, we've made it to the finishing hole. If you're having a good day, you stop and you reflect for just a moment. The beauty surrounding you, how well you've played. If it hasn't gone all that well, you're thinking about jumping on the Juniata Crossway Bridge off to the left and getting out of Dodge. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Getting set now over the putt. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away.
Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.